Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah to all the students. I welcome you to another G1 Holy Quran class. So Jazakumullah for arriving early. We are going to start our class with the recitation of the Holy Quran. Could I kindly request the support teacher to please pick a student for the recitation? Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. G1305, please unmute yourself.
G1305.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine too, alhamdulillah. Could you recite the following words? Start with Tawad and Tasmiyah, please.
Yeah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم إني أسألك علما نافعا. Oh Allah, I ask for you for beneficial knowledge.
Jazakallah, mashallah, well done. So before we start the class, I would like to go through all the etiquettes. So I'm pretty sure all students know the etiquettes by now. Could I request the support teacher to please pick a student that can tell me about the etiquettes of the class?
1312, please unmute yourself.
G1312, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Could you tell me a few of the etiquettes of our class?
Parental supervision.
Yes.
Wear clean clothes.
Yes, well done. And anything else?
Cover your head.
Yes, well done. You have told me 3 points. Well done. Jazakallah. Now, Allah Hafiz. I would like to ask another student if the support teacher can pick.
G1320, please unmute yourself.
And G1320. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Could you tell me a few of the etiquettes of class?
Wudu.
Yes.
Wearing clean clothes.
Yes.
Head covering.
Yes.
Correct ID.
Yes. Well done. MashaAllah. You have told me almost all the etiquette. So Jazakallah. Well done. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. So almost all the etiquettes were told. So I hope all students have done their ablution and are wearing clean clothes, have your head covered, and are in a quiet place with your parents. And the most important is that you have entered the class with your correct ID. So moving on to the lesson of today, we are going to be learning about the rules of blank wow. And we are also going to practice Surah An-Nasr with correct pronunciation and recite it together, inshallah. So moving on to the rule, today we are going to be learning about blank wow. So sometimes wow appears amongst letters without any stroke, without any mark, and it will not be pronounced. When it is there, just sitting without any stroke, it's empty. So here with the first example, we can see the wow. It's highlighted red, and it does not carry any stroke, any fatha, dhamma, or kasra, any type of stroke. So we are going to ignore it and read it along. So this word is going to be pronounced as As-salatu. Okay, so we are not going to pronounce the wow. Same here. The wow, it is a blank wow, so we are not going to pronounce it, and we are going to ignore it completely during our recitation. It's a pretty easy lesson, so let's go straight to the practice. Could I kindly request the support teacher to please pick a student?
G1335, please unmute yourself.
G1335. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. G1335. Can you recite for me the first line?
Five.
Yes, start with Tawud and Tasmiyah, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Can you recite the first box? As-salatu.
الصلاة
Yes. Az-zakatu.
الزكاة
Az-zakatu.
الزكاة
Al-hayatu.
الحياة
Well done. Kamish.
خمس
Katin.
كاتن
Ulaika.
أولئك.
Well done, mashallah. You recited very well. Could you quickly tell me that this wow, which I highlighted, do we recite or do we ignore it?
Ignore
Yes, well done. And can you tell me why we ignore it and do not recite it?
because it's not prolonging. It's
Yes.
not prolonging.
Yes, because it does not carry any stroke. It's blank. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. So well done, mashallah. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Says
Allah Hafiz. Could I have another student?
G1348, please unmute yourself.
In G1348. Assalamu alaikum.
G1366, please unmute yourself.
G1366.
G1362, please unmute yourself.
G1362.
G1393, please unmute yourself.
G.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. What is your ID? Can you reconfirm it?
G1393.
Okay,
I'm on the
G1.
back as well.
There are two people speaking here.
No. I am G1393.
You're G1393. Okay. Could you recite for me the second line? Start with Tawud and Tasmiyah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل للياب
Ulil babi.
بابي
Yes.
أولود Bakikim.
Ulu
Ulu.
bakiyatin.
Bakiyatin.
Yes.
Anajati.
Yes.
Su'uk. Sa'ukrikum.
Yes.
La u salipat panakum.
Well done, mashallah. You recited well. It was quite tricky, but mashallah, you did very well. Could you tell me here, this wow, which is highlighted red, do we recite it or not?
No, we're
No.
not gonna recite it
Yes, well done. And can you tell me why we do not recite it?
because it doesn't. It's a blank wall and it has nothing on it.
Yes, well done. You explained it very well. Yes, it's a blank wow and it does not carry any stroke. MashaAllah, well done. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah.
Allah Hafiz. Could I have another student?
G1409. Please unmute yourself.
G1409.
G1416. Please unmute. Okay, they're not connected to the audio. G1413. Please unmute yourself.
And G1413. Assalamu alaikum. Could you recite for me the first line? Start with Tawad and Tasmiyah.
Yeah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
As-salatu.
الصلاة
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Al-Hayatu Kamishkatin Ulaika.
Yes. MashaAllah. Well done. Could you tell me quickly here that this wow, why do we not recite it?
Because there isn't no sign and it's blank.
Yes, well done, mashallah. You explained it very well. It's a blank letter, so we ignore it during our recitation. So well done. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz. So moving on to the next part of our class today, we are going to be learning the correct pronunciation of Surah An-Nasr. So I'm going to recite it and I want all the students to repeat after me and to have a look out of all the rules that are applied. And inshallah, then all the students are going to come on the mic and then recite Surah An-Nasr. So I will start and I want all students to repeat after me, okay? Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So few things I would like to highlight in the Tawad and Tasmiyah is that make sure that the alif, let me just highlight it. Yes, the alif and ain, that there's a difference between the pronunciation, and also that we do not prolong the alif, because it's a common mistake that many people do is that they prolong the alif. So we have to make sure that we do not do it, okay? And in the tasmiyah, we have to make sure that we prolong the ishbaya strokes. So here we can see we have a lam mushaddad. It carries fatha ishbaya. So we have to make sure that we prolong it for around 2 seconds. Here as well, the meme, it carries a fatha ishbaya. So make sure when you're reciting the tawud and tasmiyah, follow the rule, okay? بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح. So again here, we have to make sure that you can see we have a madul kabir. So we have to prolong this for around 5 to 6 seconds, okay? And here as well, we have alif. So it's a huruful mad. So we have to make sure that the zal is prolonged for around 2 seconds. And here as well, we have a lam mushaddad. So inshallah, about this rule, we are going to be learning inshallah in our G2 and G3 classes. So we have to prolong the lam mushaddad, and also the ra, it carries a dhamma. So whenever the letter before lam mushaddad, lam jalala, carries a dhamma or a fatha, we have to pronounce this lam jalala, lam mushaddad, with a thick sound. However, if it carried a kasra, it would be pronounced thin sound, with thin sound. As you can see in Bismillah, we pronounce it thin. However, here, it's going to be pronounced thick. Okay, so have a look at of all the rules. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا. And with this verse, we have to remember that we have a noon mushaddad. So we have learned about this rule that noon mushaddad, we need to stay here and do a slight nasal sound. And here as well, we have a vowel, and this vowel is acting as huruful mad here. So we have to slightly prolong this for around 2 seconds. And this ya as well is huruful mad. So we have to prolong it for 2 seconds. Same here in this ya. And also here we have alif. It also acting as huruful mad here. So there are many rules that we have learned in our class that can be applied in Surah An-Nasr. So it's a great surah to practice all the rules. وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا. فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا. So here on the last line, as you can see, I've highlighted here the noon mushaddad. So we have to make sure that we stay on it and do a slight nasal sound, and also prolong the ha here because it carries the mashbaya for around 2 seconds. So I hope it's a bit clear, but don't worry, we're going to practice this together and inshallah we will learn as we go on. So let's start the practice. Could I request the support teacher to please pick a student?
G1433, please unmute yourself.
G1433.
Assalamualaikum.
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 Assalamualaikum. G1433. Could you recite for me Surah Nasr with following the rules?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا.
Okay, Jazakallah, mashallah, you recited very well. Just few points I would like to highlight. That this, can you tell me what is this called, this big mud? Do you know the name? Is it Maddu Saghir or Al Madul Kabir? I think I have disconnected from the student. Okay, that's okay. Could I have another student on the mic?
Yes.
Is it Madhu Kabir?
Oh, yes, it's Al Madul Kabir. Well done. Can you tell me how long we prolong it?
3 seconds.
No, this is Al Madul Kabir, so we have to prolong it around 5 to 6 seconds. Mashallah, you recited very well, but just to highlight that you did not prolong it that much. So can you recite this line again for me?
إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح.
Yeah, that's better. Well done. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz. Could I have another student, please?
G1477, please unmute yourself.
G1477.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Could you recite for me Surah An-Nasr? Could you start?
Sorry, I can't hear you. You just cut off in the middle.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so can you start? Surah An-Nasr?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا.
Okay, Jazakallah, mashallah, you recited very well. You also followed the rules. So well done. So just one point here that you did not prolong the ha for around 2 seconds. You quickly went over it. So can you quickly recite this?
Innahu kana tawwaba.
Yes, well done. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Could I have another student on the mic?
Yes, first I'll just like to make an announcement that tomorrow, inshallah, is the last G1 class. So if parents or the children have any feedback, can you please send it to us via the chat message facility in Zoom? Jazakallah. G1470, please unmute yourself.
And G1470.
G1516, please unmute yourself.
G1516.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Could you recite for me Surah An-Nasr?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح فرأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان
Tawwaba.
توابا.
Yes, Tawwaba. Yes, well done, mashallah. You recited well. Just one thing here that you prolonged the fa. So make sure that you do not prolong it. Could you recite this line again for me?
What line again?
The first line? Yes.
إذا جاء
An-Nasrullah.
نصر الله والفتح.
Yes, well done. That was excellent. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Could I have another student, please?
G1564, please unmute yourself.
G1564.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Could you recite for me Surah An-Nasr?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء
Nasrullahi wal-fath wa ra'aytan nasa yadkhuluna fi dinil lahi afwaja.
Lahi al-fajr.
Fasabbih
Fasabbih
bihamdi
bihamdi
rabbika
rabbika
wastaghfir
wastaghfir
innahu
innahu
kana
kana
tawwaba.
tawwaba.
Yes, well done, mashallah. You did very well, okay? So practice Surah Nasr at home, okay? Mashallah, you recited very well. Jazakallah.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Could I have another student?
G1579, please unmute yourself.
G1579. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Could you recite for me Surah An-Nasr?
Yes. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا.
Okay, Jazakallah, mashallah, you recited very well. Just a few points I would like to highlight that you kind of prolong this noon. So it carries a fatha. Make sure that we do not prolong it. Could you recite for me this line again?
ورأيت الناس يدخلون
في دين.
في دين الله أفواجا.
Yes, well done, mashallah. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
And could I have another student, please?
G1584, please unmute yourself.
G1584.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Could you recite for me Surah An-Nasr?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا.
Okay, mashallah, you recited very well and you did not prolong any fatha dhamma kasra, which was excellent, mashallah. So well done. Just one small point here that do you know what this ha carries?
A dhamma.
Is it inverted dhamma?
Yes.
Yes, and do you know, do we prolong it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, we do prolong it. I think.
Yeah, well done. So we prolong it. This is dhamma ishbaya. So I think you forgot to prolong it for around 2 seconds. So can you quickly recite this last line for me?
Okay. Innahu kana tawwaba.
Yes, excellent, mashallah. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Jazakallah, Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Could we have another student?
G1602, please unmute yourself.
G1602.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Could you recite for me Surah An-Nasr? Start with Tawud and Tasmiyah, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك
فسبح بحمد
بحمد ربك واستغفر إن شان إن
إنه
إنه
كان
كان
توابا.
توابا.
Yes, well done, mashallah. You recited very well. You kind of forgot this line, but before that, your pronunciation was very nice and you did not prolong any fathadama kasra. So well done. Could you recite for me again this line from here?
فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا.
Yes, well done, mashallah. That was excellent. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Could I have another student, please?
G1639, please unmute yourself.
G1639. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Could you recite for me Surah An-Nasr? Start with Tawud and Tasmiyah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Yes. Izaja. Do you want me to recite with you?
Yes.
Okay, that's okay. Izaja.
إذا جاء
An-Nasrullahi
نصر الله
wal-Fath
والفتح
ورأيت الناس
ورأيتنا
يدخلون
يدخلون
في دين الله
في دين الله
أفواجا
أفواجا
فسبح بحمد
بحمد
ربك
ربك
واستغفر
واستغفر
إنه
إنه
كان
كان
توابا.
توابا.
Yes, well done, mashallah. You recited and followed very well. Could you tell me here, this ha, what does it carry? Is it inverted dhamma?
Yes.
Yes, and can you tell me how long can we prolong it? Is it 1 second or 2 seconds?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Well done, mashallah. That was excellent. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Hafiz.
Uh, could I have another student on the mic?
G1669. Please unmute yourself.
G1669.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Could you recite for me Surah An-Nasr?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا.
Jazakillah, mashallah, you recited very well. There were no mistakes, so well done. I would like to ask you one of the rules that we are following. Can you tell me here what type of mud this is that I have highlighted?
That is Mad Kabir.
Yes, well done. It is Maddul Kabir. And can you tell me how long do we prolong it?
For 4 to 6 seconds.
Yes, around 5 to 6 seconds because it's a big mud, so we need to prolong it very well. So well done, Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Could I have another student on the mic?
G1754. Please unmute yourself.
G1754. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Could you recite for me Surah An-Nasr? Start with Tawad and Tasmiyah, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا.
Jazakallah, mashallah, you recited very well. There were no mistakes, so well done. I would like to ask you here that can you tell me, you have a Noon Mushaddad here that I have highlighted. What rule applies here?
We have to
Do
prolong it.
we have to do nasal sound?
Yes,
Yes, and for how long? Is it 1 second or 2 seconds?
1 second.
It is for 2 seconds, so we have to stay there and do a slight nasal sound. So well done. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Could I have another student on the mic?
G1768. Please unmute yourself.
G1768.
G1366. Please unmute yourself.
Excuse me?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. G1768 here?
G1768.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes. Can you recite for me Surah An-Nasr? Start with Tawad and Tasmiyah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح
ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح في فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان تواب.
Okay, Jazakallah, mashallah, you recited very well. Just one point again here that you didn't prolong this ha. Can you tell me what this carries?
uh,
Is it inverted dhamma?
inverted
Yeah, is it ishbaya dhamma?
yes.
Yes, that's right. Well done. And can you tell me how long can we prolong it? Is it 1 second or 2 seconds?
2 seconds.
Yes, 2 seconds. So can you quickly recite this last line from innahu?
إنه كان تواب.
Okay. Well done, mashallah. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Which ID is this?
G136.
G136?
6.
6. Okay. Could you recite for me Surah Nasr?
Can I say something quickly?
Yes.
Before I got picked, but then you muted me.
Sorry? You got
Before-
muted.
Yeah,
Okay, when was that?
it was when
I
someone,
think you didn't come to the mic quick enough. So you have to immediately come on the mic. So if you don't come, then we have to pick another student. So apologies for that. Now you're getting your turn again.
okay.
Okay, apologies. There sometimes can be technical problems, or sometimes if the students are not present, so we have to give it to another student. So don't worry. Can you recite for me Surah Nasr?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس سيدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا.
Okay, well done, mashallah. You recited very well. Could you just quickly tell me here that what is this mud called?
مد الكبير.
Yes, well done. And how long are we supposed to prolong it? Is it?
5 to 6 seconds.
Yes, well done. So can you quickly recite this line again?
إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح.
Yes, well done, mashallah. That was excellent. Jazakallah.
جزاك الله
Allah
Hafiz.
Hafiz. Could I have another student?
G1835. Please unmute yourself.
G1835. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Assalamu alaikum. Could you recite for me Surah Nasr? Start with Tawad and Tasmiyah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا.
Okay, Jazakallah, mashallah, you recited very well. Could you tell me here that this alif, what rule applies here? Is it huruful mad or huruful leen?
Huruful.
Are you sure? Is it huruful mad?
Yes.
Yes, it's huruful mad. And can you tell me how long are we supposed to prolong it? Is it 3 seconds or 2 seconds?
2 seconds.
Yes, well done. So here as well, this is huruful mad. So we have to prolong the waw with fatha and this ba for around 2 seconds. So can you recite for me again this line?
إنه كان توابا.
Yes. Yes, well done, mashallah. Jazakallah. Could I have another student, please?
G1850. Please unmute yourself.
G1850. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. Could you recite for me Surah An-Nasr?
Yes. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا.
Okay, Jazakallah. Mashallah, you recited very well. Well done. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Jazakallah.
Allah Hafiz. So now we are reaching towards the end of our class for Thursday. The homework for tomorrow is that all students must practice Surah An-Nasr at home with correct pronunciation, and also practice to get to know about the blank wow and why we do not pronounce it during our recitation. So the reason we ignore it because it does not carry any stroke. So we have to make sure that we do not recite it during our recitation, and also practice Surah An-Nasr at home. And just to announce that tomorrow, inshallah, would be our concluding session of G1 Holy Quran class. I hope all students will arrive on time. And if you have any feedback, do let us know in our chat below. And if you don't have any time right now, you can also email us the feedback. And so let's end our class for today with the ending prayer. Could I request the support teacher to please pick a student for the prayer?
G1839. Please unmute yourself.
And G1839. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Could you recite for me this ending prayer? Start with Tawad and Tasmiyah, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم ارحمني بالقرآن العظيم. Oh Allah, have mercy on me through the Quran the Great.
Okay, well done, mashallah. Jazakallah. Could I have another student to recite the verse?
G1554.
And G1554.
They're not in the meeting. 1550. Please unmute yourself.
G1550.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Could you recite for me the ending prayer?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم واجعله لي إماما ونورا وهدى ورحمة
and make it for me the leader, the light, the guidance, and the mercy.
Okay, Jazakallah, mashallah, well done. So with that, this concludes our class for Thursday. Inshallah, see you tomorrow for the concluding session. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to everyone.